We are back with another anime tier list. This time we are doing new gen based anime, and I want to get a few things out of the way. I've read the manga for some of these. That will not be involved in this video. I'm saying that right now. This is based off of the anime. We're not going to be doing any manga related stuff. So if you're going to go straight to the comments and say, Boruto's actually really good, Boruto's so good, it's out in the manga, it's fire. I know it is, but it's C tier. You do not release that much filler in a direct sequel to Naruto. Look, some of the filler was good, and I understand it's not a time of war. It's supposed to be all kids growing up in a safe space, in a safe area. We know there's going to be a war. Okay, you can post that much filler, and you can have a slice of life anime. But here's the thing, when you start off the first episode with that fight of Boruto versus Kawaki, Leaf Village destroyed, oh my god, everything's crazy, then you go to Slice of Life? Come on now. I didn't even mean to rank something this early. I didn't even mean to go off on a tangent like that, but get out of my face. Boruto C tier, if there was a D tier on this list, that's straight where it's going. Okay, I'm sorry. The manga, amazing though. The manga, amazing. But like I said, we're not going to be using manga ratings. Now, I know every anime that is on here, some of them I wouldn't consider new gen, but there's one that I don't know, and it's this one right here. Now, we're going to call that Misfit of the Demon King Academy. I'm actually about 90% sure it's not Misfit of the Demon King Academy, but I don't know what it is, so we're going to rank it as Misfit of the Demon King Academy, okay? If you know what anime that is, let me know in the comments below, but hey, we're going to start this. I didn't mean to do Boruto that dirty, but it bothered me. Okay, it bothered me, so that's just where it goes. Now, the first anime I see, and my eyes drawn to it because I had an amazing time watching this anime. I did not read it, but the watching experience was phenomenal in the first place, so I don't regret not reading, and that is Assassination Classroom. Look, phenomenal story, admittedly some slow parts, but never bad, never objectively regretted watching an episode. Funny, and then the final end, the character growth and development throughout that whole show, and then the ending. I'm not going to spoil anything for any of these animes, by the way. Phenomenal. Very sad. I cry every time. We're going to put this in A tier for now. Now, look, also the scaling is going to be a little different, because I'm not going to compare these to stuff like Naruto, Death Note, stuff that's already completed and already has like a legacy behind it. We're not going to do that, because this is just new gen, objectively what I saw on these animes. I gotta give it A tier for now. Okay? Now, Promise Neverland. I have gotten many people into anime because of Promise Neverland. Why? It's about as far away from an anime as you can get without it just not being an anime anymore. And what I mean by that is it is phenomenal for first-time watchers. You don't have some of the anime tropes like fan service just filled throughout. There's none of that in this show. And it's also really the first horror anime that I have ever watched, and I really enjoyed it, man. That first episode, the way it captivates you with leading you up for this whole time through this whole, 18 minutes, and then the end, bam, everything just clicks. Shit gets real in an instant. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Honestly, I think one of the best new gens out. Season 2, Episode 2 just dropped. I'm probably going to have to give it the first S+ of this list. Now, that can change. That can move around. But I don't see much that beats it right now. Besides, of course, Attack on Titan. But we'll get to that when it comes to it. Now, Misfit of Demon King Academy. Once again, it's probably not this anime, but Misfit of Demon King Academy, it is a new gen anime. So we're going to just call whatever this thumbnail is Misfit of Demon King Academy. And it's a really good watch. It is a really good watch. Phenomenal animation. If you like stories where the characters just comically OP the whole time, it doesn't get much better new gen wise besides Misfit of the Demon King Academy. Man, it is a great watch. Funny, plenty of funny moments. And then the fights, even though Anos is ridiculously overpowered, still actually really captivating and enjoying to watch. I don't think it warrants an S tier. So I'm going to put it in A tier. For sure. It's a good watch. It's really short. I do recommend you go and see it. It's on Crunchyroll, I think. But it is definitely a good watch. Moving on to Fire Force. Oh, Fire Force. Amazing animation. Really, really good villains. Oh my goodness, some great villains. Benimaru, a goat. The show fight, amazing. Why so much with Tamaki's titties? I don't care. I do, like, fan service, cool. Cool. It's something that happens. It happens so much in Fire Force. It genuinely took away my enjoyment from the show. Tell me why you have this huge buildup for Sho to finally fight Shinra, and then you knock him into Tamaki's titties. Why? Why do you have to do that? And one of the most climactic point in the show, you're gonna do that. The writing phenomenal, animation phenomenal, but the fan service, honestly, and I hate to say it, it takes away from it, man. It takes away from it. It's going B tier. Fire Force is going B tier. It could definitely be an A tier anime, but some of that fan force, come on, bro. Come on, bro. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, definitely not new gen. I mean, theoretically new gen, but remade from like the 90s. It's not new gen. It's not. But here's the thing. So many people are going to hate me for this, and I 100% understand why you would feel differently. I 100% understand why you would feel differently. I wasn't a fan. Part 3 kind of ruined it for me. I loved Part 1 and I loved Part 2. Those are A and S tier arcs. Part 3, where Jotaro comes into the show, honestly kind of took away from it. Mainly because the writing was so like easily, like you just knew. Every episode, they were trying to make it to a point to get closer to DL. Oh my god. Enemy stand user. Fight enemy stand user. Beat enemy stand user in the last 2 minutes. Rinse and repeat for, I kid you not, I think I got like 8 or 9 episodes into season part 3. And I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm sure it gets so much better. I never even ran into Giorno. I'm sure it gets so much better. But my personal enjoyment, do not shoot me for this in the comments, please. I gotta give it a B tier, just because part 1 and part 2 were phenomenal. Part 3 literally made me drop the show. I understand if you hate my guts for that, just know I still love you the same. And I just have to put it in part B. That's just what it is. It is what it is. Dr. Stone, though? The GOAT Senku? One of the most heartfelt moments ever towards the end of Dr. Stone with the record. Like I said, I'm not going to spoil anything, but come on now. Come on. Dude, Dr. Stone hit differently essentially the entire time. Now, oftentimes, especially with how close they release and how close their release schedules are, you often hear Promise Neverland and Dr. Stone in the same breath. I don't necessarily put them there. Dr. Stone for me is an S tier. It is an S tier. And like I said, we're ranking things off of recency. Dr. Stone could be garbage in season 2. You don't know. But for now, it's an S tier for me. You got to understand, you have to look at things differently when you're only thinking of new gens. And I really, come on, train. Come on. As I was saying before a train rudely interrupted me, you have to think about this. You can't really call new gen animes. You can't compare them to other things. But Dr. Stone, for me, was phenomenal. And I did really enjoy it. I just can't really mention it in the same breath as The Promised Neverland because of the enjoyment I've seen other people had from it. Like, I referred it to my girlfriend. She watched all of The Promised Neverland in one night. Now, I do want to get her on to Dr. Stone. But for right now, I personally put The Promised Neverland above it, okay? I hate that train, by the way. Screw that train. Put we hate trains in the comments, all right? Now, look. Demon Slayer. I often don't call things overhyped. I really don't. And I don't want to say that Demon Slayer was overhyped, but at the same time, I look at that anime winning Anime of the Year, and I'm just like, wow. Granted, it was probably a lot, because it got a lot of people into anime, and especially coming after My Hero, a lot of new anime watchers were, and it was probably the first time they actually saw an amazing CGI fight, because Demon Slayer did do that right. And to be completely honest with you, I only watched up to that fight. And it was amazing. The animation was phenomenal. It was a stroke of genius. I don't think it should have won Anime of the Year, and I don't think it's S tier. I'm going to put it high A tier. I really just don't think I don't think that it should have won Anime of the Year. It kind of I was just very, very confused with that choice. I can't remember what else was in the category competing for it, but I really don't think that it should have won Anime of the Year. My Hero Academia. Look, I'm probably going to get hate for this one too. Not a big fan. Now, I am a 21-year-old man. That probably does, that's probably a big reason for me, but like, I don't care about school antics. The fights, the build-ups to the fight, the Nomu fight, the Chizaki fight, all of those, phenomenal. Now, once I already said we're not including manga, but I've heard the War Arc also is amazing. But the in-between for me, literally just, like, I don't care. I do not care. But the fights, the animation, the character growth of Deku, where Bakugo is going, I gotta say that is very, very good. And I can't necessarily discredit the in-between parts because it's out of my age demographic. So I'm not going to. And I'm going to try my best to give it like my honest rating, which would probably be below Demon Slayer on A tier. Now, if I was rating it exactly how I felt about it, I would probably put it B tier. But I will give it A tier just because I respect what the fights have done. I respect the character growth that is going on in the show. And I think that it's not the writer's fault for it not being in my age demographic. Attack on Titan. Come on now. Top of S tier. Do I really need to say anymore? Is it a new gen? Debatable. Not really, but come on. It's Attack on Titan, man. It's Attack on Titan. Phenomenal show. Love every second of it. Some of the best storytelling we have seen in decades. It's never not banging. I saw a video the other day of the IMDb's top rated anime episodes, period. Like the top 10, like 8 of them were Attack on Titan for good reason. It is a phenomenal show through and through. Absolutely love it, man. Absolutely love it. And then we look at Black Clover. Out of the gate, especially like the first 60, 70 episodes, man, it was probably my top running new gen. Like, genuinely that good. And then they started to drop the ball in the animation. Speaking of good CGI animation, Black Clover is an excellent representation of when you just shouldn't do CGI animation. Dear Lord, I cannot remember the dude that he fought. It may have even been the girl with the flame spirit, but there was a lava wave. I'm sure if you've seen the anime, you remember this because, by God, it was atrocious. There was a lava wave where as you see the wave curl, you could literally count the pixels. You saw the pixels trying to move with the wave. Like, it was really, really bad. Like, cannot be forgiven level of bad, but still phenomenal. You know, those moments do not overshadow the overall story of Black Clover. My enjoyment of it, call it a Naruto clone, whatever you want. I love their power system. I love the main character. You know, kind of Julius, one of my favorite anime characters of all time, honestly. Absolute unit, absolute GOAT. Why is My Hero on here twice? I just noticed that. My Hero's on here twice. I guess it gets A tier twice. But absolute GOAT Julius was. And the story is phenomenal. I cannot wait to see it advance more. And I am caught up on that manga. Once again, we're not using that to rank it. Because if we were, it would be S tier. But I'm going to put it top of A tier. I'm going to put it top of A tier because I really did enjoy all of Black Clover in its entirety. I'm super, super excited for the Spade Kingdom arc that's now being animated. It's going to be a blast, man. It's going to be a blast. Let me know what you guys think of my list in the comments, and let me know where you would put some of these animes. This is pretty much exactly how I feel. The My Hero one's a little bit more but I really do enjoy a lot of the new gen animes that are coming out, and it is really just a great time to be an anime fan. Once again, say we hate trains in the comments. Leave a like if you like this video because it helps me out a ton. And if you're not already subbed, press that sub button, turn the notifications on. It means the world to me. And you guys have no idea how much it helps me out. But hey, thank you guys for sticking around for another tier list video. Tell me some videos you want to make in the future. And yeah, peace out.